What are we doing?
What's that? You can say it in the mic.
Oh, what are we doing?
Well, I'll tell you right now. This is Combos with Ma. Remember, you can find us everywhere you listen to podcasts. Apples. We also have, there's Spotify's. There's Amazon's. I don't know if I'm saying them right. Does that sound right to you?
No.
And, yes.
Okay. Turn your radio on.
This is Combos with Ma. My name is Aaron Adadero. I am your host. That's the other host over there, Miss Birdie Mae Allison. Say hello, Ma.
Hello, Aaron.
It's early.
It is early.
Today is August the 10th, the 12th. The 12th,
Wow.
right?
Today's the 12th.
All right, turn
yes.
that down a little bit. August the 12th. And you asked what we're going to be doing?
Yes.
We'll figure it out right now. What happened on August the 12th? Hopefully.
I don't know what happened on August the 12th. We woke up.
Yes. I'm going to get my coffee in me real fast.
Woohoo.
Okay. August 12th, Birdie Mae.
Yes.
We have one now. What is it called? What's the name of the stupid movie?
I do not know.
Follow the Yellow Brick Road.
Oh.
What's it called?
The Wizard of Oz.
The Wizard of Oz. There it is. So The Wizard of Oz actually was debuted on the 15th of August. But on this occasion, it was the very first showing ever on August the 12th to a small group of people just to see what they thought about it 3 days before the debut. So this is the actual debut.
To see
of
if
the Wizard
people
of
were
Oz.
going to relate to it.
There's also some interesting things to talk about with regards to how little Hollywood cared about humans versus money.
Okay.
And what they did back then and there. I've seen it happen. As, again, I've said before, I've been on thousands of sets, and there's only one thing worse than a lawyer, and that is a producer of a production. They are the worst kind of people. They will do anything to save a dollar, including chopping your own hands off. So they're terrible people.
Oh, okay.
So as I'm looking at this, I started thinking about, all right, so what are the worst things that happened on this thing that might be interesting to talk about? Yeah?
Okay.
Are you fond of this movie? Am I going to ruin this for you?
Oh, I liked it. It was a good movie.
Did you love it, though?
I even saw the red slippers when I went to it.
The ruby slippers. We'll talk about those. Ready? Let's get into it, Mom.
Okay.
All right, so let's go with number one. The original Tin Man's near fatal makeup poisoning. You know anything about this?
I do not know.
Buddy Ebsen was originally cast as a Tin Man and was coated with aluminum powder to create the character's metallic appearance. The powder was inhaled during filming and entered his lungs, causing a severe respiratory reaction that eventually required hospitalization and an oxygen tent.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and by the way, if you didn't know, Buddy Ebsen was not the Tin Man in the final movie.
Oh.
He was too ill.
Oh, he was still sick from
They painted this guy with
the pain.
aluminum and basically tried to kill him. So
Tried to kill him.
How do you feel about that?
Well, I'm sure they didn't know that was going to happen, or they wouldn't have done it. I mean, they're not that horrible.
Oh, really? You
People.
don't think they let's cover this guy in metal? I guess we just were that done back then?
Wasn't Buddy Ebsen in the Beverly Hillbillies?
He was. That's exactly right. He did become part of the Beverly Hillbillies, so he did not die, but he almost was killed by the Yellow Brick Road.
Wow. Oh, no, I didn't know about that.
Yeah, well, they were just like, cover him with whatever looks like metal. And they go like, how about real metal?
Put some real metal on this guy.
Oh, he did some Scandinavian black paint. He could have been a singer. The incident exposed how little attention was being paid to occupational safety when unusual makeup materials were introduced. They had no idea.
They just did it anyway.
They just put it on him and see what happens.
Oh, yeah, let's check it out.
Epson's replacement also illustrates how the studio system could absorb a serious workplace injury without fundamentally changing its production practices. They basically got the second actor, I forget his name now, and they just said, use different paint.
Let's just try something else. See if it killed you too. Okay.
So anyway, there's our first one. Is that interesting at all, Mom?
Yeah, that was interesting.
All right, cool. Let's move on. Then to number two. You know who Margaret Hamilton is?
I think so.
Well, Margaret Hamilton was the Wicked Witch.
Right.
Yeah, my pretty. That one, right?
Yes.
What a perfect casting of that lady's face, right?
Yes, she was a good witch.
Margaret Hamilton suffered serious burns while filming The Wicked Witch's disappearance from Munchkinland. A pyrotechnic effect associated with her trapdoor exit detonated prematurely, catching her face and her hands in the blast.
Oh, wow.
I mean, they blew her up.
They were just trying to kill everybody, huh?
Her green makeup made the injury particularly difficult to treat because the copper-based, by the way, a more metal makeup had to be carefully removed from her damaged skin.
Do you think the wizard from Oz didn't want this film to be?
Yeah, listen, man, these people just did not give a shit. They're just like,
Wow.
We're trying to make money. We're trying to make magic, I think.
Did she suffer permanent injuries?
She was not doing well.
So they made her into a real witch.
It took her 6 weeks to
Wow.
recover. Later returned to the production with understandable concerns about performing additional fire effects. Her experience demonstrated that even relatively brief shots could involve considerably physical danger.
Wow.
And so they just burned off her face and hands, and she came back later after she recovered.
I don't think I would have gone back.
The accident forced MGM to modify how Hamilton's remaining dangerous scenes were filmed. They forced them, right? Listen,
they weren't willing
we
to
were
do
hoping
it?
to stand her right in the middle of the flames.
Yeah.
Guess we're
Crazy,
gonna have to force her. I mean, it's going to cost more money, but you know what? That's too bad.
We're going to have to save her life.
All right, so number 3. Do you know who Betty Danko is?
Probably not.
Danko. What a perfect 20s, 30s name. Betty Danko was Margaret Hamilton's stunt double.
Oh.
She was the Wicked Witch's stand-in.
So they put the real person into the fire and left the stunt person out?
They did not give a shit because Betty Danko was also seriously injured.
Oh, really?
She was performing one of the witch's broomstick effects. A pyrotechnic mechanism beneath the broom malfunctioned and exploded, throwing Danko from the apparatus.
Wow.
The accident caused severe burns to her leg and resulted in hospitalization. Danko was left with permanent scarring, making her injury one of the production's clearest examples of the risks assumed by the stunt performers.
Maybe they should have used all these first shots and they would have had a horror movie.
Why are we blowing everybody up? I know. What's going on here? They're like pyrotechnics. Who did they hire here? Right?
Yeah.
They, on set there, I've heard producers complain about all the safety measures on set. So, for example, if you have an animal on set, you have to hire somebody that will protect the animal's safety.
Right.
You have to have them on set. They have nothing to do with your production. And it's usually some like crazy, wild, mountain-looking woman from, Silver Lake that's in there taking care of them all. Doesn't matter. Kids are on set. You have pyrotechnics on set. You have to hire somebody from the fire department now. I mean, you have to hire all of this stuff. Back then, I think they were just like, let's blow it up, see what happens.
Yeah, whatever happens, happens.
Can you imagine that?
May make the movie better.
They burned the witch's face, and then it burnt her stunt double's legs permanently.
Wow.
That's
Unreal.
crazy, right?
Yes.
Danko's injuries also highlighted the unequal risks faced by stunt doubles. They performed many of the physical dangerous actions that audiences associated with the stars. Of course, that's true for all.
That's for all of them. Yeah, you don't realize it. It's somebody else. Yeah.
I do my own stunts. You even said that the other day. Why isn't this weakling, this wimp, doing his own
Yeah,
stuff?
do their own stuff. You're such a powerful person.
Now you know.
Yeah.
If they get hurt, then the whole production ends for weeks.
So we don't care how many stunt people we hurt. Just, bring in another one.
Yeah, we used to have, I used to be friends with a guy that bartended in Santa Monica who would show up every Tuesday with some kind of like wound.
Because he was a stunt double.
Because he was a stunt double, yeah. He'd just show up. I was like, what happened to you? He's like, fell off a horse or, jumped from a building, whatever it was. He had a bruise or a sling or just always getting his ass kicked. Anyway, should we move on from that? Sorry, Betty. We blew off
Betty.
your coochie.
Too bad.
Number 4, hazardous materials everywhere. There was aluminum, copper makeup, asbestos even. They just didn't.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Lovely, huh?
Yeah.
The production used materials that would be regarded very differently under modern occupational safety standards. Aluminum powder, metallic makeup, adhesives, dyes, solvents, and other chemicals were handled repeatedly under hot studio conditions.
Do you think they brought in a real hurricane to move her from one Kansas to where she was?
No, they probably brought in like 5 fans and somebody lost a finger on a blade that we don't have here.
Wow. Crazy.
They were just trying to make stuff up as fast as possible. all the danger was not limited to single notorious accidents. Performers could spend hours covered in this makeup, costumes, powders, and other materials while working beneath. Apparently, there was so many lights to make it so colorful. Remember, this was Technicolor, brand new thing, that it was like over 100 degrees on set all the time under the lights.
Oh, maybe they should have filmed it here in El Centro.
Maybe they should have got some advice from us, huh?
Yeah.
Like, listen, what you need is a fan on your balls. And that's the only way we can get through it. All right, let's move on because we kind of got the same thing here right now. It says extreme heat, as I've already alluded to, and the physically punishing costumes. So we have this light that's 100 degrees on set at all times.
Right.
Now think about the costumes that people are wearing.
Yeah, that would make it even hotter if you were in a tin suit.
Dude, MGM's Technicolor process required extraordinarily intense lighting, producing temperatures on the sound stages that would become oppressive to these people. Like, for instance, Bert Lahr's Cowardly Lion costume was constructed from real animal material and was exceptionally heavy and cumbersome. The costume made ordinary activities such as sitting down, eating, or even just resting, and drying it after filming would take the entire evening before he got back into it the next day because it's all the sweat that he would produce.
What they should have done is had them to train here in El Centro in the summertime, and they would have been used to the heat.
Do you get used to the heat?
Well, you don't get used to it, but you know it's going to happen, so you prepare.
I like the way you would be a good producer, Ma.
Yes. Hey, go to El Centro for the summer.
I know you're not feeling very good, but get used to it.
That's right. You want a job?
Get
back
used
here.
to it. So, the scarecrow makeup and mask created its own physical problems. The rigid construction could leave impressions and marks in his face that left permanent little divots into his actual human flesh for the rest of his life.
Forever, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
These people did not give a shit.
I guess not.
When you're watching this, they have that show right now at the Sphere, right?
I know, but it looked amazing.
It looks amazing. It's too bad we lost 84 people, right?
Yeah, too bad.
All right, that's fine. That's halfway. We're burning through these pretty quickly, Mom.
But you know what? When they were throwing the apples or whatever it was at the Sphere,
you're dropping from the sky.
You think they lost any of the audience?
Well, the audience doesn't care.
Oh.
That's why, I think audience people know the people don't care. Nobody cared about the safety of anybody except for the people that are suffering the pain.
Right, that's true.
That's why
nobody really does care.
Yeah, nobody really does care. All right, that's halfway, Mom. Let's go ahead and take a small break. Like I said, we're burning through this. It's going to be a shorter episode, but we're still going to hit all 10 of our topics. Yeah.
Cool.
All right, let me get to the right button here. I think I'm getting them all down here.
Oh, buttons and bows.
Convos with Ma is available at convoswithma.com. That's your Substack. You can sign up with your email and join along. There is a little bit of red tape, but as I tell people all the time, you have to do the same kind of red tape to sign up to Facebook, to Twitter, to TikTok, to all the other things. So it's no different than those, just Substack. It's just a different kind of social media. If you're interested, there's all kinds of things on there. A lot of people who write and a lot of comedy stuff on there, long form reading if you're interested in that stuff. So it's a little more old school, like collection of funny bloggers, if you will, including our site.
That's true. And don't just listen to us. Follow us, please.
Follow us. We're on Facebook. We have an Instagram page. I don't really sit there and converse with people on those anymore. I just present our work and move on.
Yeah. We would like to see your name appear up there.
Yeah, we'll say,
as a follower.
You can say hello, but I'm more interested in the Substack. I do to respond to everybody and talk to everybody that's on there. So
yes,
we also have a YouTube.
We do have YouTube.
I don't film any video. I just upload the podcast to it. But if I hear that a third of all podcasts are listened to on YouTube.
And also it appears on Facebook.
It appears everywhere. It appears everywhere.
It is a fearful movie, this one.
I need more coffee, maybe. And that's it. No actual sponsor this time.
Not today. We don't have a sponsor today.
Not today, but that's it. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for following. Thanks for telling a friend. Yeah?
Yeah.
Let's get back into it. All right, number 6, ma'am. You don't like that scratch for the record, do you? Number 6, the winged monkey wire failures. Remember the winged monkeys?
I don't really remember the monkeys.
The monkeys, they flew around. They stole up people. They picked them up, flew them in. They were the witches' minions, basically.
Oh, okay.
But, monkeys don't really fly.
Well,
Not really.
I know I've heard of the flying monkeys.
They jump, though. They're not flying.
Well, they look like they're flying.
They're not accelerating into the sky.
Yeah.
But these ones were on wires, by the way. The flying sequences involving the winged monkeys relied on practical rigging and wires rather than modern digital effects. Well, of course. Who wrote this?
A long time ago.
Performers were suspended above the stage and moved through the air using mechanical systems that had significant potential for failure.
Wow.
And reports of wires on piano wire rigging. Yeah? Well, where'd all these pianos? You have to...
They give up their wires?
No, they did. They're like, not my G string.
Yeah.
They were breaking quite a bit, and these extras, these stunt doubles, were literally flying monkeys falling from the sky.
Were they real monkeys?
No, not real monkeys.
Oh, okay.
Tiny people. But yeah, they were the riggings weren't working, and they would film something, and a monkey would break free and fall, and they're like, oh, reset.
They were real tiny people?
Yeah, they're human beings. I don't know how tall they were exactly.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought they were just maybe a made monkey out of wire or something.
No,
They were real people
real
falling
people
from the
pretending
sky.
to be monkeys. Yeah,
Well, okay.
they weren't. We didn't put them falling from the sky in the movie. When they fell from the sky, they said, "Cut, put them back up there. Let's go again.
Bring in another one.
Bring in another one. Who brought the monkey box? How many do we have left in there?" They're like, "My name's Jimmy."
Yeah.
Shut up, monkey. These sequences demonstrated another recurring feature of the production. Performers themselves were often part of the special effects.
Wow. So nothing ever really happened to the girl. What was her name?
We haven't got there yet.
Oh, we haven't got to her
No,
yet.
we're on number 6. Let's move on to number 7 then.
Okay.
They have fully filmed an entire thing called the Jitterbug, an entire sequence that took many days and lots of money, and they decided that we don't want it in the film at the very end when they cut it up.
Oh.
This was something that, like, the Jitterbug was a major musical sequence that was completely filmed and reportedly represented a substantial investment in choreography, costumes, sets, wounds, everything else you can think of. And MGM, when they saw the final product, when they were deciding what they said, yeah, get that out of there. We don't like it.
Wow. I wonder why. Nobody got hurt?
They didn't care who got hurt on it. They just said, so let's go ahead and establish there's a difference between the people that are making the movie and the people that are ultimately paying for it. So there's a production on set, producers who, say, we don't need 12 guys, use 10,
Okay.
Right? We're saving money. And then there's their bosses that are saying, like, how come you spent $1.2 million? You said it was only going to be 1.1. Those are those guys.
Oh, okay.
And then eventually they go, like, if we're going to pay $10 million to advertise this movie, we want it to be the best movie we can. We don't give a fuck what you shot or what you think is the best cut. We're going to cut it for our own purposes. We own the film.
Right.
And so they saw this sequence and the guy said, yeah, but I choreographed it perfectly. And we danced around. We sang the song. We had musicians write it. And it cost, $1 million.
And we only burnt a couple people.
Yeah, and we only burned a couple people. We only lost 1 or 2 monkeys. And they said, no thanks. They cut it out.
Yeah.
Is that not interesting to you?
That's kind of interesting.
After all of this work, just have some
So that means-
random dude in an office go like, get rid of it.
So if they had to refilm it after spending the $1.2 million, did they have to turn around and spend another $1.2 million to correct it?
No, they didn't correct it. They just cut it out.
Oh.
Remember, like our last,
removed it.
if you're listening to our last episode, I say something and then I suddenly go like, okay, the show's over because we cut out a big chunk.
I know, because it was not.
But that's what they did.
Not for
we don't
good
have to
listening.
elaborate on it, but I'm just saying this is how it works. We just
Right.
cut it out.
Just cut it
We
out.
don't have to notify people or reshoot
Yeah.
anything. We just get rid of it.
I don't like that. Remove it.
That's right. By the way, they also said the same thing about Over the Rainbow. Can you imagine if that wasn't in there?
Oh, that was kind of almost
It's iconic.
the best part of the movie.
It's the best song on the whole thing.
Yeah.
And they were like, get rid of that one too. And they said, we can't get rid of that one. They're like, we don't like it. They argue to keep it in.
Oh.
It just shows you that the people in suits or dresses, I don't want to be sexist here, but at the time it's only dudes up there. And let's go ahead and say it. They're the ones going like, they have no creative bones in their body. They're just counting the bones and pennies of the money. And they're just like, you know what? I don't like that. Get rid of it. They have no idea. They're just saying things. I think it would be better if you got rid of that sequence.
So the producers won out over the people who were paying for it when they said, we don't want that in there. And they said, oh, but we worked hard on this.
Dude,
So.
the survival of Over the Rainbow proved enormously consequential for the film's legacy. Had it been removed, one of the most recognizable songs in American popular culture would never have become inseparable from Judy Garland in The Wizard of Oz.
And a lot of times when you're talking about all the people that got hurt, where was Judy Garland during all this time?
You keep wanting to bring her up, but she's coming, Ma.
Oh, okay.
She's coming.
I just wondered why she didn't have any little splinters in her fingers.
She had more than splinters. She had a long-term trauma, pretty much.
Oh, poor baby.
Ready for this?
Yeah.
All right, you want to talk about it's number 8, Judy Garland.
Judy Garland, somewhere over the rainbow.
Judy Garland's studio prescribed stimulants and sedatives. You know about this?
No.
Judy Garland was only 16 during much of the production, yet MGM placed her within a demanding studio system that tightly controlled her schedule, her appearance, diet, and working habits. Long hours and pressure to maintain a youthful appearance placed enormous demands on her. Garland was giving stimulants to help maintain energy during demanding production schedules and sedatives to knock her ass out when it was time for her to sleep.
Well, I think she has a nice lawsuit there.
Well, I don't not need, maybe today she would, but back then that was the price of being
It's crazy.
Garland was given stimulants to help tame. I said that already. The practice blurred the boundary between an actor's personal health and the studio's requirements to make a production.
Do you think that might have been partially what happened to her in the future?
Oh, totally. She was fucked up from the beginning. They're like, she's on speed, and then suddenly she's all like, I don't feel so well. And they're like, here, take this barbiturate, and then she would be knocked out. Then someone would slap her face like 6 hours later. They're like, Jody, wake up. We got to shoot again. Here, do this line of coke.
Well, for all of us people who really enjoyed The Wizard of Oz, it was at the expense of all of those actors who produced the movie.
We talked about this a couple shows ago. We saw that it's the whole concept of that chunk of Pink Floyd's The Wall.
Yeah.
Where he loses his mind. He's like out of his head. He's on every drug under the sun. And they're just like, they give him a shot so he can go perform for the show that night because there's a lot of money involved.
Right.
The money is more important than the human.
Than the life, yeah.
This is kind of true for most people. They want to say, humans are above the financial aspects of life. But generally speaking, it's how the whole game is played, I should say. You need money for your house. You need money for the microphone you're holding. I need money to buy this coffee. It's the most important thing, and people take that to an extreme.
Yeah, well, evil people out there.
Are they evil, or are they just humans, Mom?
Well, a lot of humans are evil people.
I'll stick to my story. Thank you. Garland's later struggles with substance dependence and her health have made these practices particularly disturbing. In retrospect, it was normalized as part of the Hollywood studio system, had consequences that extended far beyond the production of a single movie. They did this with everybody.
Wow.
They did it with all the people. They're like, listen, we need you more perky. We need you to, get up and act better. We need you to not go out and have a life. We need you to shut up and shut down shop. Here, in fact, here is some sedatives for you. They did this with all the actors.
Wow. Okay.
It's one big manipulative system of just making quote unquote magic by manipulating all the humans they possibly could to make the most money they possibly can.
So all of those people out there depending on drugs, it began with the director of a movie.
Producers.
Oh, the producer of the movie.
Directors are kind of artistic types. They're like, what if we shot it from down by your feet, looking up at you, making you look like a director? They're trying to create art.
Oh, they're doing a good job.
They're trying to do stuff.
Producers.
It's the people that are like, I forget all the jokes, but there was going around every set. There's like 100 of them. You ever heard that? It's a dumb joke. It's about screwing in a light bulb.
Oh, it takes.
Yeah, how many producers does it take to screw in a light bulb? That kind of thing. You know.
Yeah. I forgot.
The answer is
One to hold it and 900 to turn it.
no. The answer for the producers is couldn't we use candles?
Oh, okay.
All right. Let's move on. The number 9. Let's go ahead and talk about the actual money.
Okay.
The massive budget overrun. The Wizard of Oz became an extraordinarily expensive undertaking for MGM. The final production cost reached approximately $2.77 million. Now, I know it doesn't sound like a lot in modern day, but at the time, it was substantially above its original budget, making it one of the studio's most expensive films at the time.
At the time, yeah.
I mean, they went way over budget. The escalating costs came from extensive reshoots, elaborate sets, special effects, technicolor photography, costume changes, cast replacements. They had 4 different directors.
Hospital bills.
Marketing, distributing, all the stuff that costs.
Burn units.
All kinds of dough was dumped into it, way more than they were trying to.
Wow.
Even though they were basically killing people along the way, they still wanted to kill more.
Well, that's probably what
saying.
happens now, though, when they make a movie now and they need a guy with all scars on his face. Where's that actor that played in The Wizard of Oz?
That's right. We need a guy with actual
Let's
authentic.
pull him in.
Well, you know, every movie has a budget, right?
Yes.
And if you're trying to be a filmmaker and you're listening to this podcast, how you make more than one film is by coming under budget.
Right.
It's just you want to make more movies, don't go over budget. In fact, come in under budget so much that the people that gave you the money go, we'll give you money again.
Right.
That's just the way it works. You think you have this great idea, and really the bottom line is, how good are you with money?
Probably the movies under budget come out to be a better movie than those that they spend an elaborate amount of money on.
There's a lot of things you can spend money on. You know, that's why you have. You know this. I did a movie where I was a part of an extra crew where I had a free couple days. So I went down there and I sat down and they were shooting inside of a baseball stadium. But what they did is they had 50 extras, me being one of them, and they just shot us tightly. And we replicated the entire stadium's worth of people.
Right.
Right? So if you get the camera in tight enough, you can't see the whole stadium's empty.
Right.
So, you know, that's a way to work your budget, right?
It's true.
You know, instead of having, 1,000 people, we can get 100 and just make them look like 1,000.
Right.
So these are tiny, tiny little line items. And what are they eating for lunch? That comes expensive.
Hot dogs.
Right? Yeah, they do. That's funny you said that because I had a hot dog that day.
Yeah. That's what you get.
Yeah. So, all of these things matter. And then at the very, 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 very end, and you go like, oh my God, I gave you $1 million to make this movie and you spent 2.5.
Yeah, true.
That is a way to never make another movie.
Right.
Even if it made 5.
Yeah.
People aren't going to
use
trust
that
you.
person again.
So
right.
anyway, talk about massive budget overruns. A lot of movies go over budget. A lot of movies come under budget. And for The Wizard of Oz, they spent an extraordinary amount of money murking a bunch of people with a bunch of ridiculous outfits and some dumb aluminum paint.
Right.
So doesn't bode well. Say you're the suit in the office and you're like, okay, it's done. It costs us much money. We're like, shit.
Yeah.
Hope it makes some money.
Well,
huh?
guess what? They're not ever going to use us again.
Well, if it makes enough money.
Well, true.
And did it make a lot of money?
I don't know. If it did
Let's
or
find
not.
out, Ma. Number 10, and finally the last one. The initial box office disappointment.
Oh.
Nobody cared at all at the time.
We didn't talk about the red slippers.
We didn't. I do know about it. I bypassed them. They were, in the book, they were silver.
Oh.
But they changed them to ruby red slippers because it looked better on.
You know, they were in the museum in Washington, D.C., and do you know that somebody stole them?
Yeah, I did know that. Yeah. The ruby red slippers were stolen. In the book were silver. They made them red to make them look better on camera. And then they were put in a museum. If you looked really closely at them, you can see specks of blood.
Oh, well, when I went to the museum in Washington, D.C., I actually have a picture of those red slippers.
Yeah, did you see any of the burn marks and stuff?
I did not.
You didn't see any of the humanity splashed across them?
No, I didn't know any of that then. If I'd have known it, I would have looked closer.
They were light red. They were covered in blood.
Oh, okay.
What else do you want to know? I mean, I know I did a little bit of research. I may know, I mean, I know questions I might know
No,
about.
all I know is that everybody wanted to see the red slippers
There's
from
no
the
place
Wizard
like
of
home,
Oz. Yeah.
right? So the initial box office disappointment, despite its enormous production costs, The Wizard of Oz made $1.1 million on its release, up and finally topping out at 1.145, losing about $3 million in total, including production costs and advertising.
Wow.
Which was more than it cost to make the movie.
But do you think, because over all the years that The Wizard of Oz was played over and over and over, they may have made up their losses?
They totally recouped their money after, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Because this kind of money is nothing to us now.
Right.
This is like a baseball thing. They gave them $100 million, and they're like, oh my God, $100 million. Yeah, but it's over 15 years. In 15 years, that $100 million is going to be nothing.
And people had the little video in their homes, and I'm sure they made money off of
Everybody and their
that.
mother had a copy of this. We've all seen it.
Yeah.
At least once. There's also a bunch of stoners that are playing. Do you know about the Dark Side of the Moon?
I know that's
Pink Floyd record?
with Pink Floyd.
Well, if there is, there is a contingency out there that if you play Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon right when the movie starts, it lines up perfectly.
With what?
The soundtrack of the music lines up perfectly with the scene changes of the film.
Oh, okay.
So you can listen to the album while The Wizard of Oz. The Wizard of Oz is a longer movie. The Dark Side of the Moon is 50 minutes long. So at one point it ends. But right when it kicks in, the hurricane or the tornado starts, and it just matches up perfectly.
Oh, okay.
So you and I will have to get high as fuck one day and check it out.
Oh, I don't think so.
So anyway, it was a disappointment, Mom. The film's reputation grew substantially through subsequent theatrical re-releases. Rather than disappearing after its original run, it repeatedly returned to cinemas and found new generations of viewers and eventually becoming the iconic film that it is today.
True. I don't think that today we have those, not everyone. I know I have a couple of those little machines that play those videos anymore.
What kind of machines are those, Mom?
You know, the little machine.
A Rolodex?
No. The
A beta player?
The video player that you put
A VHS
that
machine?
word. Yeah.
That word. Yeah, we don't have VCRs anymore.
Yeah, I have two, but they're not
Where?
hooked up anywhere.
Where do you have two?
Well, I have those that belong to Avery
And where are they?
in my closet in my bathroom.
In your closet. If you don't know, Birdie Mae has a small store in the back of the place here.
Yeah, I do.
You walk in there and there's stuff from. I go, why don't you get rid of that? What do you say when I say that?
No, Christmas is coming.
I want to give it to somebody. There's hair growing off this small trinket.
I'm giving it to somebody that likes a trinket with hair.
I didn't know you had those back then. You don't have any tapes, though. Why would you?
No, I just, I inherited them.
I got to say, I miss DVDs. We were talking about this yesterday. Not because of watching the film, but what a DVD allowed you to have is all the extra stuff. The bloopers, the uncut scenes. We maybe could have experienced the jitterbug scene as an extra scene in the DVD. You know what I mean? It created more material for the movie that if you went out and spend the $20 that you owned, it would be kind of cool.
I also have from some time back with those little CD players that you used to carry with you. And
A Walkman?
yeah, I have one of those too. I don't know if it works anymore. It's
Yeah.
100 years old.
CDs are coming back again.
I know. Maybe I can get that out and fire it up.
People are finally realizing that, we own nothing anymore.
That's true.
We don't own anything. Even this product that we're making now. It'll go out as a file.
Yeah.
And if somebody unplugged the world, it's gone forever. It's not an artifact that you can come across. Like, they see like in film where they replicate like what is this lost artifact? It's the tooth of a dinosaur or whatever. It's a time capsule kind of event. And you can't do that with a file.
Yeah, your machine, your laptop size machine with all of its buttons and bows and wires and stuff.
Oh,
now you can probably get a little
thing?
tiny one about 2 inches big, and it'll take the place of that.
Not this one. This isn't that big. It is like a laptop, but yeah, you can do that.
Yeah.
There's smaller ones.
So anymore, like, I went to a meeting with some friends of mine, and because I know I have my Apple phone, and they're fairly good size, I would think. Mm-hmm. This guy had the smallest phone I think I've ever seen, and it was up to date. It was a little bitty, teeny tiny thing. I thought, wow, you need some magnifying glasses to see the numbers on that phone.
That was in a Saturday Night Live movie, The Night of the Roxbury. Will Ferrell goes, "Excuse me, I got a call," and he pulls out like a Tic Tac size phone.
That little phone.
Hello.
Yeah.
But there's a middle ground. You want your stuff to have a little bit of weight. You don't want to be too small.
True.
You don't want to lose it.
Yeah.
Oh no, what happened to my phone? Anyway, Mom, that's it.
All right. Well, that was interesting. I didn't know that all those people actually got injured, and some badly injured.
Yeah, that one girl burned off her crotch.
Wow, that's sad. Well,
she had a natural Brazilian.
I guess.
What do you mean, you guess? They're like, why the mohawk? It's like, because of the scarring.
Yeah.
No one's listening.
I got paid a lot of money for this. Yeah.
Anyway, I thought that was of interest.
That was interesting.
I think I pulled up a bunch of stuff like the slippers and other like kind of more nice things about the movie. But as I started discovering more and more of the injuries and this, the fact that it was a kind of a cursed production, I was like, that seems more interesting to me. But I don't know if that was interesting to you.
Yeah, because that's stuff that people don't, you've always thought The Wizard of Oz is one of the greatest movies. You don't realize what happened to the people in the background.
It happens to all the time. Remember the movie, The Twilight Zone, when they made the movie The Twilight Zone?
Yes.
And they killed 2 actors.
I know.
With the blades of a helicopter.
Yes.
I mean, it happens all the time.
I know. And a long time ago, there was a lot of those evil kind of movies where people got hurt. They figured that it was demon possessed, and that's why they were getting hurt.
Oh, you're talking about cursed films?
Yeah, cursed films.
The Exorcist has that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of really weird things that happened during the production of that.
Right.
You like that kind of stuff?
I saw The Exorcist. It was.
I mean, we don't have to do historical things. I can just pull up stuff that you want to talk about.
No. I'm just saying that I never would have realized
10 of the things that happened on The
Wizard
Exorcist?
of Oz, which was a movie that every kid in the country enjoyed, to find out that there were so many evil things that happened in the background.
Every kid? You think every kid enjoyed that
Oh,
movie?
I think so.
Let me think about it. I was interested in it. I watched it. It wasn't magical to me. I was like, cool. I mean, it's a musical with fairy godmothers and stuff. It's more a ladies' film.
Well,
wouldn't you agree?
Probably so. But
I'm just trying to be honest. I mean, I remember seeing it.
But younger kids enjoyed it too because of the lion and the Tin Man and the different witches and stuff. All that. I think boys enjoyed it too. Younger boys.
Gay boys?
No.
It was okay. I'm just telling you from my perspective, and I'm not trying to stand on any kind of soapbox here. I just remember being like, it's okay. I mean, people were singing, somewhere.
Well, my point was
like,
that it was a movie that was enjoyable, and maybe you would not have enjoyed it so much had you known all the.
I think I would have enjoyed it more.
Happened.
I mean, look at the scars on her face. Cool.
Oh, God.
Oh my God! You see that? A fire came out of her ass. Oh my God!
Oh, wow.
Monkeys are falling from the sky. They're on fire. This is the greatest movie ever.
Yeah. For evil people might have enjoyed it more.
Evil people? Come on! I'm just.
Oh, look! Something evil is happening. Let's get into that. Okay.
All right. Well, that's it. That's it for today. This is episode 7, by the way, season 2. You feeling good about it, Ma?
I am. That was interesting.
All right, cool. That was The Wizard of Oz. Came out. It was debuted on this day, August the 12th, in some past year.
In some past year.
All right, well, that's it. Until, remember, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we will have one of these uploaded, and we will see you next time, Yama.
All right. Have a good day, guys.
See you later.